My friends warned me, she's playing you. I was blind until I checked the security footage. I didn't say a word. I just canceled the wedding venue and sent her the receipt. Her scream when she read non-refundable was deafening. I, 29 male, proposed 8 months ago. Dream proposal, expensive ring, $8,500, whole 9 yards. My fiancé, 27, said yes, cried happy tears, posted it everywhere. I felt like the luckiest guy alive. We'd been together 3 years, and I genuinely thought she was the one. Wedding was planned for next month, venue booked, deposits paid, invitation sent. I'd put down $15,000 total on the venue alone, non-refundable per the contract I signed 6 months ago. My buddies never liked her, called her materialistic, fake, gold digger vibes. I defended her every time. You don't know her like I do. She's different when we're alone. Classic denial. My best friend kept warning me. Dude, check her phone. Something's off. I refused. That's invasion of privacy, right? Trust is everything in a relationship. Or so I thought. 3 weeks ago, I installed security cameras around our house. Not because of her, because of a break-in 2 streets over. Got a good system. 4 cameras covering front door, back door, living room, and driveway. Installed them on a Saturday while she was at her book club. She came home, barely noticed them. Whatever. Last Tuesday, I'm at work when my phone buzzes. Motion alert from the living room camera. 2:30 p.m. I'm thinking maybe the cat knocked something over. I check the app. What I see makes my blood run cold. My fiancé, on our couch, not just anyone. Her cousin, who's been helping with wedding planning. They're not planning a wedding, they're doing things cousins definitely don't do. I watch for maybe 30 seconds before I close the app. Feel sick, can't breathe. Duck into a bathroom stall at work and just process. Here's the thing about being betrayed. It's not just the cheating. It's every lie that came before. Every book club meeting, every wedding planning session with her cousin, every time she kissed me and said she loved me while clearly loving someone else. The sheer calculation of it. The disrespect. I sat in that bathroom for 20 minutes just staring at the wall, replaying every red flag I'd ignored. My friends were right. They saw what I refused to see. And now I had proof, video proof, time-stamped, crystal clear, saved to the cloud. I made a decision right there. I wasn't going to confront her. I wasn't going to yell or cry or beg for an explanation. I was going to handle this my way, quietly, strategically. She wanted to play games? Game on. First call, wedding venue. Hi, I need to cancel my wedding reservation for next month. The coordinator expressed sympathy, confirmed the cancellation. Just to remind you, the deposit of $15,000 is non-refundable per your contract. I understand. Please proceed with the cancellation and email me the receipt. Done. $15,000 gone, but worth every penny for what came next. Second call. Caterer. I need to cancel. Another $3,000 down the drain. Non-refundable deposits. They all asked if everything was okay. Just a change of plans. Professional. Calm. Third call. Photographer. $2,500 deposit. Non-refundable. Fourth call. DJ. $800 deposit. Non-refundable. By the time I finished, I'd canceled everything. Lost about $22,000 in deposits total. But here's what she didn't know. I'd paid for everything. Every single deposit. She hadn't contributed a dime to the wedding costs. Said she was saving for our honeymoon. Right. I forwarded her every cancellation receipt. Every single one. Venue, caterer, photographer, DJ, florist, even the chair rental company. 14 emails total, all forwarded to her with no message. Just the receipts. Bold red text on each one. Non-refundable deposit forfeited. I hit send on the last email at 4:30 p.m. Then I sat back and waited. The scream came at 4:47 p.m. I was still at work, in a meeting actually. My phone starts blowing up. Calls, texts, more calls. I ignore them all. Meeting ends at 5:15 p.m. I check my phone. 32 missed calls from her. 60 plus texts, voice messages. Her mom called, her sister called, her cousin even called. I listened to one voice message, just one. The scream is exactly what I expected. Rage, panic, confusion. What did you do? Call me right now. This isn't funny. Nothing about love or missing me or wanting to work things out. Just anger about the money. Tells me everything I need to know. I drive home, calm as can be. She's already there, pacing in the driveway. Sees my car, storms over before I even get out. What the hell is wrong with you? Do you know what you just did? $22,000 gone. Are you insane? I get out of the car, lock it, and just look at her. Check the living room camera footage from Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. Then we'll talk about who's insane here. Her face goes white. Actually white. Like all the blood just drained out. What? What are you talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking about. You and your cousin. On our couch, in our house, while I was at work paying for a wedding that's clearly a joke to you. She tries to grab my arm. I pull away. Baby, please. You don't understand. I understand perfectly. I understand I've been funding a wedding for someone who's been screwing around behind my back. I understand I ignored my friends when they tried to warn me. I understand you haven't spent a single dollar on this wedding while I've paid for everything. And I understand that you're more upset about losing the deposits than you are about losing me. That tells me everything. Her face shifts from panic to anger. You can't just cancel our wedding. What am I supposed to tell people? My family, my friends, everyone knows about this. Tell them the truth. Tell them you got caught. Tell them your cousin was a really good wedding planner. I walk past her, into the house. She follows, yelling the whole way. Update 1. 5 days later. The aftermath has been predictable, yet somehow still shocking. Let me break down the chaos that's ensued since I canceled everything. Wednesday morning, day after the cancellation, she's still at the house. Didn't leave Tuesday night despite everything. Slept in the guest room, came out around 8 a.m. as I'm making coffee. Puffy eyes, makeup smeared, tries the soft approach. We need to talk about this, really talk. I'm not interested in talking. There's nothing to talk about. You cheated. I saw proof. Wedding's canceled. We're done. She starts crying, not genuine tears, performance tears. I can tell the difference now. It was a mistake. It didn't mean anything. I love you. Classic cheater script. If it didn't mean anything, you wouldn't have done it multiple times. Yes, I checked the footage history. 16 different occasions over 3 months. That's not a mistake. That's a relationship. She switches tactics. Gets angry. You know what? You're such a controlling jerk. Installing cameras without telling me? That's creepy. The cameras were for security after the break-in. You saw me install them. You didn't care then. You had no right to spy on me. In my own house that I pay for? Actually, I had every right, and I wasn't spying. I was checking the motion alert. You just happened to be doing something worth seeing. She storms out, slams the door. I changed the locks that afternoon. Cost me $180. Locksmith came same day. She still had a key, not taking chances. Thursday evening, her mother shows up. Doesn't knock, tries her daughter's key. Doesn't work. Pounds on the door. I answer. She immediately launches into me. How dare you embarrass my daughter like this? Canceling the wedding without even discussing it. Who does that? Someone who found out his fiancée was cheating. Did she mention that part? Her mom waves it off. A little mistake. You're throwing away years over one incident. 16 incidents actually, over 3 months, with her cousin who I'm guessing isn't actually her cousin. Her mom's face twitches. Bingo, he's a family friend. Close enough to a cousin. So she lied about that too. Great. Anything else I should know? Her mom switches to the money angle. You need to restart the wedding plans. My daughter has been preparing for this. Her dress is already bought. We've told everyone. She bought her dress with her own money? Well, no, but that's not the point. That is exactly the point. I paid for everything. The venue, the catering, her dress which cost $3,200, all of it. And she was cheating the entire time. So no, I won't be restarting anything. Her mom gets nasty. You'll regret this. My daughter could have anyone. You're nobody. You're lucky she said yes in the first place. Then she can go be with anyone. I'm sure her cousin friend would love to step up. I close the door. She yells through it for another 5 minutes before leaving. Friday, I get a text from an unknown number. It's the cousin. We need to talk man to man. I'm curious, so I respond. Talk. He calls immediately. I answer. Look bro, this is all a big misunderstanding. Is it? Yeah man. We were just rehearsing for the wedding, like practicing the vows and stuff. That's why it looked weird. I actually laugh. Practicing vows requires making out on my couch? Interesting rehearsal technique. It got carried away, but it's not what you think. She loves you, dude. She's devastated. She loves my bank account. There's a difference. And you can have her, by the way. I'm done. Dude, you're being crazy about this. Just talk to her. No thanks. Lose my number. I hang up, block the number. Saturday brings the real escalation. She shows up with her sister in a U-Haul. I'm home. See them pull up. Open the door before they knock. Need something? Her sister immediately starts. We're here to get her stuff and discuss the financial situation. Her stuff is already packed. Been in the garage since Wednesday. Take it all. Financial situation is simple. She owes me nothing. I owe her nothing. We're done. Her sister pulls out a notebook. Actual notebook with calculations. According to our math, you owe her $14,000 for emotional damages and wasted time during the relationship. I stare. You're joking. We're not. 3 years together, her prime dating years, and you end it over a small indiscretion. She deserves compensation. This is where I lose my patience. Let me get this straight. She cheats on me for 3 months. I cancel a wedding I paid $22,000 for, and somehow I owe her money? Her sister doesn't back down. She invested time and emotion into this relationship. That has value. Know what else has value? The $8,500 engagement ring. Where is it? Dead silence. She'll return the ring when you return the wedding dress, her sister finally says. The dress I paid for? That dress? No. She returns the ring, period. That's legally mine since the wedding didn't happen. Look it up. Her sister writes something in her notebook. We'll have our lawyer contact you. Looking forward to it. Get her stuff and leave. They load the U-Haul in angry silence. I supervise from the doorway, making sure they only take her belongings. Her sister tries one more time. You know, she really did love you. You're making a huge mistake. The mistake was mine. I should have listened to my friends months ago. But I'm done making mistakes now. They leave. I go inside, finally feeling like I can breathe in my own house again. Update 2. 2 weeks later. The legal threats materialized. Got a letter Wednesday from a lawyer. Cheapest looking letterhead I've ever seen. Probably found them on a strip mall billboard. The letter demands return of the engagement ring or $8,500 cash, $3,200 for the wedding dress, $2,000 for emotional distress, and $14,000 for wasted relationship time. Total demand, $27,700. The letter also threatens to sue for defamation if I continue spreading lies about my client's character. I haven't said anything publicly about any of this. Haven't posted on social media, haven't told anyone except my close friends. But apparently defending myself when her family confronts me counts as spreading lies. I take the letter to a family law attorney a friend recommended. She reads it, actually laughs. This is ridiculous. First, the ring was a conditional gift. Wedding didn't happen due to her infidelity. You keep the ring. That's settled law. Second, wedding dress was a gift for a canceled wedding. She has no claim. Third, emotional distress and wasted time, not a legal cause of action in this context. Fourth, truth is an absolute defense to defamation. You have video evidence. This letter is garbage. She drafts a response. Professional, devastating. Basically says, we have video evidence of infidelity. All gifts are forfeit. All claims are baseless. Any further harassment will result in counterclaims. Costs me $400 for the consultation and letter. Worth it. The response gets sent Thursday. Friday afternoon, my ex shows up at my workplace. Security calls me. Sir, there's a woman in the lobby causing a scene. Says she's your fiancé? Ex-fiancé. Tell her to leave or you'll call the police. I watch on the security monitor as she argues with the guard. She's crying, making a scene. Other employees are staring. This is embarrassing. After 10 minutes, she finally leaves. My boss calls me in. Everything okay? I explain briefly. He's sympathetic, tells me to take the rest of the day if I need. I don't, but appreciate the offer. Saturday brings another level of entitlement. Her mother and father show up together. I see them from the window, don't answer the door. They ring the bell, knock, ring again. Finally, her dad yells through the door. We know you're in there, open up. I call the police non-emergency line. There are people at my door refusing to leave. I've asked them to go, they won't. Dispatcher says a unit will come by. 20 minutes later, cops arrive. I come out, explain the situation calmly. These are my ex-fiancé's parents. We broke up 2 weeks ago. I've asked them not to come here. They're trespassing. The cop talks to them. Her dad tries to argue it's a family matter they need to discuss. Cop shuts it down. Sir, he's asked you to leave. This is his property. You need to go or I'll cite you for trespassing. They leave, shooting me dirty looks the whole time. But they're not done. Sunday morning, 7 a.m., my doorbell camera catches someone trying to break into my garage. I check the live feed. It's the cousin. He's literally trying to pry open the garage door. I call 911 this time. Someone's attempting to break into my garage. I have them on camera right now. Cops arrive fast, catch him red-handed still trying to get in. Turns out he wanted to retrieve some property that belonged to my ex. What property? A box of her high school yearbooks that she'd stored in my garage 2 years ago. He gets arrested for attempted burglary. I press charges. My ex calls from a different number, crying and begging me to drop the charges. He was just trying to help. This is so vindictive. He was breaking into my property. That's a crime. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I hang up. Monday, her lawyer sends another letter. This one threatens to sue for the $22,000 I wasted by canceling the wedding. Claims I unilaterally breached our wedding contract and she's entitled to damages. My lawyer responds within hours. Your client's infidelity voided any implied agreements. My client has video evidence of said infidelity. Additionally, your client has made multiple attempts to harass, trespass, and now burglarize my client's property. We recommend you advise your client to cease all contact or we will file for a restraining order and pursue legal fees. That shut them up. For now. Wednesday, the ring situation escalates. She hasn't returned it despite multiple requests. My lawyer sends a formal demand letter. Return the ring within 10 days or we file a civil suit. Thursday, she finally responds through her lawyer. She'll return the ring if I pay her $5,000 for storage and emotional attachment. My lawyer's response is beautiful. Your client has no legal right to retain the ring. Return it immediately or face legal action including but not limited to theft charges and civil liability. Friday, she returns the ring. Leaves it with my lawyer's office, doesn't even include the original box. Just the ring in a plastic baggie, petty to the end. Update 3. Final. It's been 6 weeks since I canceled the wedding. The dust has mostly settled, though there were a few final acts of entitlement and desperation before things finally went quiet. First, the criminal case against the cousin for attempted burglary proceeded. He pled guilty to trespassing, lesser charge, and got 6 months probation plus 100 hours community service. My ex showed up to his court date to support him. Saw them leave together afterward. Guess she upgraded from cheating partner to primary relationship. Whatever. Not my problem anymore. The civil harassment didn't end immediately. 2 weeks ago, my ex started calling my mom. My mother, who lives 3 states away and hasn't spoken to this woman in over a year. Calling her crying about how I ruined her life and destroyed her reputation and could my mom talk sense into me. My mom shut it down hard. My son has video evidence of your cheating. You ruined your own life. Don't call here again. My ex tried 3 more times. Mom blocked her number. The financial desperation became clear when her sister reached out to my best friend. Tried to get him to convince me to help out with my ex's living expenses since she's struggling, and it's partially my fault. My friend laughed in her face. Dude paid for a $22,000 wedding she sabotaged. He doesn't owe her a thing. Her sister actually argued that by canceling the wedding, I'd damaged her dating prospects and future earning potential. Because now she's known as the girl who got dumped. The mental gymnastics are Olympic level. 3 weeks ago I sold the engagement ring, got $6,200 for it, which is about what I expected for a second-hand piece. Used half to throw a dodged a bullet party with my friends who'd warned me. Small gathering, good food, better company. They all said some version of, told you so, but in the nicest way possible. Used the other half to take a weekend trip to clear my head. First solo trip in years. Needed it. The house feels different now. I repainted the living room, got new furniture, replaced everything that reminded me of her. Cost me about $3,000, but worth it for the fresh start. Threw out the couch where she'd cheated. Couldn't even donate it, just hauled it to the dump myself. Therapeutic in a weird way. The security cameras stay. They saved me from making the worst mistake of my life. I ran into her at a grocery store last week. First time seeing her in person since everything went down. She was with the cousin. They saw me. She grabbed his arm, tried to walk away quickly. He wanted to confront me. She pulled him away. Smart move on her part. I just kept shopping. Didn't even make eye contact. They're not worth my energy. Final tally of what this whole situation cost me. $22,000 in canceled wedding deposits, $3,000 in house changes, $400 in legal fees for the initial response, minus $6,200 from selling the ring. Total net loss, $19,200. Expensive lesson, but cheap compared to a divorce down the road, because that's what would have happened. If she was cheating before the wedding, imagine after. I'd have been stuck in a marriage with someone who didn't respect me, fighting over assets, dealing with alimony. Instead, I'm single, I have my house, my job, my dignity, and the knowledge that I didn't cave to pressure from her or her family. My friends don't say "told you so" anymore. They say, "Glad you figured it out when you did." And they're right. I was blind, but not anymore. The security footage showed me exactly who she was when she thought no one was watching. That's the real person. Not the performance she put on for me or social media or our families. The person who cheated repeatedly, felt entitled to everything I paid for, and then threw tantrums when consequences arrived. She never apologized. Not once. Never admitted wrongdoing beyond mistakes were made, passive voice nonsense. Never showed actual remorse. Just anger that she got caught and had to face consequences. Her family backed her up every step, enabled every entitled demand, supported every manipulation attempt. That told me everything about why she turned out the way she did. Zero accountability, all excuses. The legal threats evaporated after my lawyer's responses. Her budget lawyer probably told her she had no case and would end up paying my legal fees if she pursued it. The harassment stopped after the trespassing incident and attempted burglary arrest. Even entitled people eventually recognize when they're beaten. Haven't heard from her, her family, or her cousin in over 3 weeks now. Silence is golden. Started dating again, casually. Not rushing into anything, taking time to actually vet people instead of ignoring red flags. My friends are more involved in my dating life now, which is both annoying and helpful. They catch things I miss. That's fair. Trust is harder now. I find myself being more cautious, more skeptical, probably healthy in moderation. The rose-colored glasses are off permanently. The wedding date that should have been came and went last week. Didn't feel anything special, just another Saturday. That's when I knew I was really over it. No sadness, no regret, no what-if thoughts. Just relief. Relief that I'm not married to someone who doesn't respect me. Relief that I caught it before legal complications. Relief that I trusted my gut in the end, even if it took undeniable video evidence to get there. To everyone who called it before I saw it, thanks for trying to warn me. I should have listened sooner. To everyone going through something similar, trust your instincts. When multiple people who care about you say something's wrong, they're probably right. When you have to make excuses for someone's behavior, that's a red flag. When you're defending someone more than they're defending you, that's a red flag. And when you catch them in lies, big or small, believe what you see, not what they tell you. The $22,000 in lost wedding deposits hurt. Not gonna lie, that's real money. But it bought me freedom from a future of betrayal and disrespect. It bought me clarity. It bought me the satisfaction of not being manipulated into staying with someone who saw me as a bank account with a pulse. And it bought me the peace of mind that comes from standing up for myself instead of being a doormat. Worth every penny. Would I do it again? Absolutely. The only thing I'd change is installing those security cameras sooner. Could have saved myself months of being played. But better late than never. I'm good now. Actually good. The kind of good that comes from dodging a bullet knowing you did the right thing even when it was expensive.